search in Google the definition of economy, you may find something like this. Economy is an area of the production, distribution, and trade as well as consumption of goods and services. But economy is more than just that. We can also define it as a social science that focuses on how people and governments make decisions to manage their scarce resources to satisfy their unlimited needs and wants. As a father, a wife, a mom, a dad, or a boss, you need to satisfy the needs of your child, your house, your employees, and yours. But you also need to adapt those necessities with the amount of money you gain, or with the amount of credit you have on the bank. And being serious, that money isn't unlimited. So, now you know the needs you have to cover, you need to administrate the money because maybe you want to buy a new car, but at the same time, you need to pay for the university of your daughter. So, now you need to think what is more important at this moment, and after you think about it, you will realize that the car will have to wait. And that will always happen with the things you want to pay for. You will need to think before you act. Connecting these ideas with the ideal of economic development, we can say that they are related. You may think, what is economic development? Well, as a short definition, economic development refers to the long-term process of economic growth and structural change. It is focused on the improvement of the people, economy, and their well-being. Before, I said this is related with economy, but why? Well, because if the economy of the country starts to grow, the individual economy of people will do the same thing. So, now they have a greater economy reach. Now, for a better understanding of the economic development, a great example of this is that in the east of Utah and the north of Vermont, an organization is working on the lack of employment opportunities for people with disabilities living in rural communities. They want to give a new opportunity to those that unfortunately have a disability. This will make the economy of those people better and bigger. Now, that is economic development. Cover our needs and grow the economy seems the better option for the economies right now, even if it affects the environment. But what about the future generations? Since lots of past decades, people want to grow their economy, but they don't care about what they are doing to make that possible. And that way of thinking had made a huge damage to the environment. Because of this, the term of sustainable development has gained voice in the last years. This ideal says that people and communities need to increase their economy while without compromising with the next generations. That means that you can do what you need to do, but you need to care about the environment and the world that you will pass to the next generation. A great example of this are the sustainable energies. This type of energies has gained popularity in the last years because you can have the same benefits the electricity gives you, but at the same time you aren't doing something wrong with the environment. You are taking care of it. Like this one, have been lots more of new sustainable ideas. That's a good sign because that means that this generation is, for the first time, making more conscience about the damage we are doing to the environment. Now that you learn all these new terms, you can have a broader perspective about how the economy can increase in your society. I hope you enjoy it and you can understand all these important things.